You hit the gym, eat your meals, and follow all the rules, but your muscles just won't grow the way you expected. Ever feel like you're stuck in a loop, doing everything right and still seeing little to no change? What if I told you that the real gains come from habits you're probably ignoring? In this video, I'm going to show you 5 powerful anabolic habits that most people overlook. But they're the exact habits that can unlock fast, visible muscle growth. So before you blame your genetics or switch programs again, let's talk about what's actually holding your gains back. You've probably heard the same advice over and over. Just lift heavy, eat more, and be patient. But if that really worked for everyone, wouldn't we all be walking around jacked by now? The truth is, those old school rules miss a critical part of the equation. Real muscle growth isn't just about effort. It's about aligning your daily habits with what your body actually needs to grow faster and more efficiently. And I'm not just pulling this out of nowhere. New research and results from top-level athletes and real people transforming their physiques prove that specific daily habits are creating explosive gains. These aren't flashy hacks or quick fixes. They're simple shifts you can make today that change everything. So if you've been stuck spinning your wheels, frustrated by slow progress, this is the video that might finally flip the switch for you. Let's start with the first and most powerful habit: progressive overload. But I'm not talking about randomly throwing more weight on the bar every week. I'm talking about a smart and steady way to make your muscles work just a little harder over time. Whether it's one extra rep, a slightly longer set, or a 5-pound bump in weight, the goal is to challenge your body in a way it can't ignore. Because when your muscles face new demands, they have no choice but to adapt and grow. Now here's the catch. Most people wait too long to increase the challenge. They get comfortable, lifting the same weight week after week, hoping for a miracle. That's where you break the cycle. Every 2 weeks, do a quick check. Are you completing your sets too easily? Is your last rep still clean but not truly difficult? If the answer is yes, it's time to make a change. You don't need to double your weight. Just push a little further, and the results will follow. One trick I love using is called the +1 method. Let's say you're doing 10 reps of a certain weight. If you can hit all 10 reps comfortably for 2 sessions in a row, your next workout should be 11 reps, or the next weight up. That one extra rep might seem small, but over a month, it adds up big time. Small wins, stacked consistently, are what build real muscle, not random intensity bursts or ego lifting. And remember, it's not just about weight. Tempo matters. Rest time matters. Even the way you contract the muscle matters. Try slowing down your reps just a bit and really feel each movement. That's also a form of overload, forcing your muscle to stay under tension longer. So, if you've been wondering why your body isn't changing, ask yourself, are you actually making things harder? Or are you just repeating what feels safe? Now let's talk about something that sounds basic, but is often done wrong: your protein intake. You've heard it before. Eat more protein. But how much is more? Here's the simple rule I recommend for fast muscle growth. Aim for 2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight every single day. That's the sweet spot. Not too little that your body struggles to recover, and not so much that you're wasting food or money on expensive shakes. And don't overthink it. You don't need to carry around a food scale or obsess over every gram. Just build your meals around protein. That means making it the main event on your plate. Chicken, beef, fish, eggs, or a good whey protein shake. Then, add your carbs and fats to support it. If you weigh 80 kilos, that's about 160 grams of protein a day, which you can easily hit by splitting it across 4 to 5 meals or snacks. One of the easiest tricks is to front-load your day. Get 30 to 40 grams in your first meal. Yes, even breakfast. This gives your body a head start on recovery and muscle repair. Most people do the opposite. They snack all day and overload on protein at dinner. But your muscles need fuel throughout the day, not just before bed. Imagine building a house. You don't dump all the bricks at night and hope it builds itself, right? And don't forget variety. Switching up your protein sources keeps things interesting and gives your body a wider range of nutrients. One day it's grilled chicken, the next it's ground beef, eggs, or even Greek yogurt. If you're getting bored with your meals, you're more likely to fall off track. So ask yourself this: are you eating for satisfaction, or are you eating for results? When you shift your mindset, your gains will follow. Let's be honest, most people take sleep for granted. But if you don't get enough sleep, you're literally throwing away your muscle gains every night. And that's why it's going to be our third most important anabolic habit. Think about it. You train hard, eat right, and then scroll on your phone until 2 a.m. That's like building a house all day and leaving it out in the rain overnight. Your muscles recover and grow while you sleep, not during your workouts. So why train like a beast and sleep like a beginner? The goal is simple: 7 to 9 hours of solid, uninterrupted sleep. Not tossing and turning, not waking up 5 times. Real rest. Want a quick tip? Start winding down an hour before bed. Cut the bright lights, skip the late night caffeine, and let your body shift into recovery mode. This habit alone can change everything. And here's a question worth asking yourself tonight: are you giving your body the chance to grow, or just hoping it figures it out? Here's the part most people don't realize. Poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It raises stress levels, slows muscle repair, and even increases cravings that mess with your diet. Ever wonder why you're hungrier after a bad night of sleep? That's your body screaming for balance. Prioritizing quality sleep is like pressing the build muscle faster button that most people never even touch. So, the next time you're tempted to skip a full night's rest, ask yourself, is that extra hour on your phone worth slowing down your progress? Now, in our fourth habit, we're going to move on to something that most people overlook, but could be the missing link in your training: the mind-muscle connection. If you're just going through the motions at the gym, lifting weights without really feeling the muscle work, you're not training effectively. You're just moving weight from point A to point B. But when you focus your attention on the exact muscle you're trying to build, everything changes. You turn every rep into a direct message to your body: grow here. Think about your last workout. Were you feeling your chest stretch and squeeze during your bench press? Or were you just trying to finish the set as fast as possible? That's the difference between just training and training with purpose. The truth is, your brain is the switch that controls how well your muscles fire. And when you learn to flip that switch with intention, your gains go to the next level. So, ask yourself, are you training your body, or are you just checking off sets? A great way to build this connection is to slow things down. Don't rush your reps. Control the movement, pause at the top, feel the stretch at the bottom. Even dropping the weight slightly can help you focus better. This isn't about lifting heavy all the time. It's about making the weight feel heavy, because you're using it the right way. Ever seen someone get a crazy pump with light weight? That's the power of mind-muscle focus. And here's the best part: it's a skill you can train. The more you practice tuning into your muscles, the more natural it becomes. Start with isolation exercises like bicep curls or lateral raises, and really concentrate on the squeeze. Over time, apply that same awareness to your compound lifts. Once you unlock that connection, you'll stop wasting reps and start maximizing every second you spend in the gym. So the next time you train, don't just lift, feel every rep. Now, let's talk about the fifth habit that separates the ones who wish from the ones who win: consistency. You can have the perfect training plan, the best supplements, and all the motivation in the world. But if you're only showing up when you feel like it, progress will always be hit or miss. Real muscle growth doesn't come from occasional intensity. It comes from steady, repeated effort, week after week. Are you building a routine or just chasing motivation? Here's the truth: your body doesn't care if you're tired, busy, or not in the mood. It only responds to what you do consistently. Miss one workout? Fine. Miss 1 week? That's when results start to slip. The fastest way to build muscle isn't a secret routine. It's simply showing up, even when you're not 100% fired up. So let me ask you, what's more powerful? Waiting for the perfect moment or becoming the person who trains through anything? One way to stay consistent is to remove the guesswork. Have a plan. Know which days you train, what exercises you're doing, and track your progress, even if it's just a note on your phone. When you see your improvements week by week, it builds momentum. And momentum beats motivation every time. Ever notice how it's easier to keep going once you've started? That's not a coincidence. That's consistency in action. And if you hit a rough week, don't quit. Adjust. A lighter workout is still better than no workout. A quick session at home still counts. Don't fall into the all or nothing trap. The goal isn't perfection, it's repetition. So the real question is, are you committed to results or just hoping for them? Because if you truly want to explode your muscle gains, it's not about doing everything once. It's about doing the right things over and over again. And I'm going to give you one more extra tip to help you gain muscle much faster with the complete step-by-step guide. I've detailed everything in this recommended video on the left to maximize your gains and allow you to reach the highest level of muscle transformation. Thank you for your presence and see you soon, my friend.